Can't seem to stop the rant videos. Oh, what? Alex Jones. Let's talk about pretty much what I've actually hinted at when I played Skyrim. Also, here's a little bit of a trailer for what these videos are. Wow. Tired of people making 11-minute videos after doing 6 hours of work of some kind and leaving you hanging of what did they truly do and why did they try and present you with some kind of information? Well, here is me who cuts all the video production bullshit and does 3 hours of work right in your face, so you will never be out of loop. Yay, that is so amazing. You do as much work as you fucking want. This is the video trailer for my rant videos. That's exactly how we do this. Alright, and actually, as a programmer, think about it this way. Like, it's a perfect way for me to just take a spreadsheet of thoughts, quickly get my points across, and move on to the things that I actually need to do. You know? This entire time I have been able to set up a system that allows me to communicate with my community, and you decide how much of the narrative you're gonna check. How many tiers of narrative you're gonna go through and tumble down into this rabbit hole of information. It's all up to you. So, without much waiting, let's start making points. Killing Minecraft. The ultimate project. Okay? It's always in the back of my mind, but I never find time to do my thing because I'm not being funded. I'm just gonna say you outright, funding is a huge factor of whether or not I am making a game. Alright? It's a big factor. This is not a game, what I'm doing here. This is actually hardcore work, okay, of figuring out who the top tubers are. Top tube. Oof. No one really got more points. I actually forgot to inject the system. Not sure who graduated. Oh yeah, but no, I'm not sure actually. Wait, what? It's a good reason to check out. So we have E. Penn, Logan Paul, Technoel. That means the graduate has came up. What? Alex Jones. Okay, okay. What the fuck? How high is this? 30, Indiana should be. Indiana went to 30. What? How did this happen? Tiffany 20. It is 20. Delphi Sniper. Oh, I remember what I did. I uncancelled someone. And that someone is Poppy. Oh my god, I'm so retarded. I'm sorry, guys. My system is still not perfect, and, you know, it grows as we encounter problems. Big problems lead to a big game. And I would say you actually have to focus on the problems because that's the fun that I found, at least. And everything in the world is shareable, so my point of view is at least 50% correct, okay? At least 50%. It's just the question of how much of it can you adopt And can you adopt it correctly as well? Because at any point I can improve my point of view by adding other people's point of view. That's why it's 50% correct. It's just something that I grew up with, so I know how to do it myself. It's kind of interesting, actually. Everyone's point of view is at least 50% correct. That's what you need to survive in the world. Alright. Considering that you are 18 years or older, that's kind of the point as well. Alright. So, where do we even start? The reason why I started this, what kickstarted the entire idea, first of all, I watched a bare minimum of Hytale introduction again, and why is it different than Minecraft. What pissed me off yet again, and Hytale can't stop pissing me off, they failed to say that Hytale is a killer of Minecraft, which is like, well, that's not exactly nice. Well, what do you think this is? We're actually looking for something. First of all, Minecraft killed Tetris for a very interesting reason as well. Alright? It's gonna be very difficult for me to explain. In order to kill Tetris, that was a 2D game, Minecraft became kind of a 3D game of pretty much Tetris 2, except the gameplay was ripped apart for you to figure out for yourself what it's supposed to be, besides, you know, the basic part, which is survival. But it's... I don't want to fucking add Tetris too many times. So how about we look at top sold games. Minecraft, Tetris, what else do we have? List of best-selling video games, blah blah blah. Grand Theft Auto 5 actually surpassed Tetris at some point. Alright. Tetris is a 2006 game, by the way. This is... I don't even know, man. What is this? I didn't fucking research anything at all, so this is gonna be interesting for me. Like this, we understand this Tetris to be a mobile game. How is it sales though? Is it not free? What's going on here? What is the price of this thing? Like, isn't this information just supposed to pop out into my face? Tetris Electronic Arts prize. What is this? At $9.99. So, despite what you would think, Tetris is not exactly a Tetris. It's actually a combination of a mobile app and the idea of Tetris. Alright. But that's a good way to start, I think. Yes, the actual Tetris, what we should consider as actual Tetris, it is here at 9th place. It's still kind of dominating the overall idea, right? No? Just 2 games? Okay, whatever. But this kind of list of things is somewhat important and no longer important anymore at the same time. It feels so fucking weird, alright? That this actually provides even less information than I would have thought. And somehow this format goes from an obvious gameplay into exploration. Alright. Explore. Oh my god. My brain is somehow fried, and I will never be able to actually type words correctly from the first try. It's just never gonna happen. I guess I fried it by being too random of a person. I don't know. Random generator just can't stop working on everything now. Assholes. Yeah, it's almost this reminds me of like how Trump mispronounces words. Minigame that Jimmy Fallon is playing with himself. Oh well. Okay, so obvious. The question is, can we go back? Can we go even simpler route? Do we remove the exploration and turn it into obvious? And the question is, how many Minecraft clones have we had already? Well, the answer is kind of 0, actually. The answer also is kind of Terraria, right? So we have completed this task of going back, but we have never completed a task of making a proper fucking Minecraft clone that kills Minecraft. The reason why we need to kill Minecraft is too popular. Go figure, dude. Someone has to replicate what Minecraft did best, which it didn't do anything. It just created a 3D game that makes sense, that checks mark as a new platform for game developers to choose. Because game developers are the ones who will bring in actual entertainment, and because Minecraft was lacking entertainment, it actually had just enough flaws, enough problems to become a great game over time. And again, the biggest reason, okay, Minecraft was fixing its flaws over time until it stopped doing that, essentially. And the biggest flaw was always that, you know, community has to pitch in and do its part and figure out how to push Minecraft forward. But most importantly, you actually have to push vanilla Minecraft experience. Just like I picked up Skyrim, previous episode, I pushed vanilla Skyrim experience. You can still play Skyrim vanilla, you just have to apply a few rules in how you play the game. And most importantly, the highest difficulty is also a requirement. But, so yeah, the highest difficulty, and you ensure that you don't exploit the difficulty, and you will find that the Skyrim experience is actually about exploring the map and trying to, you know, bump into, almost like a ping pong ball. You're bumping into areas and collecting all these things, more or less. You can't actually dive deep into caves, they're too dangerous. So you're actually running around an area that actually looks way cooler than just, you know, dungeon diving. I mean, dungeon diving is kind of almost annoying, especially if things are too easy, things are too butter smooth. You don't actually feel progression, right? But when you actually dungeon diving into the highest difficulty, there's only one dungeon you can complete that I found. Everything else I never even bother to complete. It's just too difficult. So literally the first dungeon you can complete is the first main quest, right? To get the tablet. You can even beat up the final boss, and it's not exactly, you know, impossible to not get hit by the final boss. So, as long as the final boss doesn't start casting spells or something, then you're probably screwed. And, I think you can still run away, but that's a whole nother level, right? So yeah, you have this sort of mentality that I found to be like super fascinating, and will never run dry basically. And I keep playing Skyrim for a long time after this, but the difference between Skyrim and Minecraft is that Skyrim never tried and fix its flaws. It's Minecraft that tries to constantly update people, and like that's the greatest way to actually introduce a game in the first place. If we're gonna look again, Minecraft pretty much crushed the competition, is what we're talking about here. It crushed the competition. What is Grand Theft Auto 5 gameplay, however? GTA 5. What is that? It's another playground of some sort where you can do whatever you want. And from my instinctual point of view, it's boring. It's not gonna draw in players over and over again. It's only gonna involve players who are willing to mod their experience. I honestly, you know, GTA San Andreas was a phenomenon back in the day, and I think that phenomenon never stopped dictating basically what this what a 3D game looks like, pretty much. So yeah, it all comes down to San Andreas. It was the most popular game ever around my area, alongside with Counter-Strike. So there are two games. Two games were blowing up around me is San Andreas. Obviously, it's a GTA series, and Counter-Strike. Mostly Europeans pick up games that, you know, after they blow up. We just pick up what is the most popular game anyways. Don't bother. There's... San Andreas should still be on the list, right? Or maybe not. It's Vice City, actually. Vice City was also trying to blow up. Oh yeah, it is on the list. So this is what I think created the expectation of what's supposed to be the, you know, the best game. It kind of... I mean, I just say it as it is. And for me, Skyrim, as for many others, is the best RPG. You're not gonna find any RPGs up here at all. Besides Pokemon being not exactly an RPG. Right? This is it. This is as far as RPGs can go. And it's great. And it establishes my expectations as an RPG player. So you understand that San Andreas was pretty much early enough game that's better than Vice City by a lot. That established expectation of what a 3D game truly looks like. Okay, and truly feels like. You just run around a city and you get immersed. Get an immersive experience of some kind. For me, San Andreas felt a little bit more free than Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know. I haven't experienced fully what Grand Theft Auto 5 has to offer. I only played the fourth one to some degree, and I truly don't find it between these two games. You know, it doesn't actually compete with them, just like, you know, it shows here. I wonder where it is right now in general. Did people really had no reason to pick up GTA 4 at all? which is kind of weird. I actually, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would say it's... What the fuck? Some bullshit dude screaming. I don't know. I wish... Oh, yeah. 4 is on the list. Very much on the list. Next to San Andreas. Yeah. That's how I would feel. It's a very, very similar... But this is a little bit more hardcore experience, I would say. I actually enjoyed it a little bit more, but I played a little bit less, right? So that also matters. The longer you play the game, the more likely it is to spread as a cultural phenomenon, let's put it this way. Oh yeah, the Diablo is like tagging along Skyrim. This used to be the most, I guess, even anticipated certain type of RPG. I'm not sure why people are so obsessed with the third Diablo instead of the second one. But pretty much one of the reasons is, even though these games were blowing up in our areas, we were not buying them, okay? We were just playing them. We pirated those games. So it's not exactly, or just we got cheap copies maybe? Who knows? Maybe some sales is just not on the list in the first place. Who knows how all these things work? Or, some places around us sell us even, pirated copies. Because it's just a more stable business to do that around here. So, at least in my place where I am, like, there was a shop that would sell pirated games, pretty much. And it would have a huge catalog. There's no way they can just order and sell actual games. There was no point in doing that. There was already an internet that offered you this sort of system that still makes sense till this day, and people just have to reinvent their sales model, pitch in something else. I'm kind of waiting for that too. By the way, everyone's pretty much waiting for a new way to sell games to people. Besides microtransactions, which is close, but not good enough, because it's all suited for mobile experience, because mobile is, connected to the Google thing, the Google account, and for some reason Google just allows safe transactions, apparently. So, or it feels that it can drain your money, like a digital wallet. They feel that they can afford doing that. Well, that's cool. Plenty of people complained about it too, which is kind of interesting. This is why it's on my radar. As if like microtransactions is kind of trash. Building up a wallet that's fully protected, that would be fascinating, okay? Building up a system where, parents' credit cards cannot be stolen by their children, that's important. There's a lot of tiny important factors in play here as well, that of problems that will not be fixed for a long time, potentially. And it's kind of sad, but yeah, I'm kind of waiting on a new way to monetize games. Potentially this will never happen, and what I have to look forward to is the interactive media, something that I have to invest into, because the generations of gaming potentially can die off and turn it more into a YouTube experience that everyone potentially have to contribute to, participate in, you know, a YouTube experience. Like, who would have thought that YouTube would be more interesting than games itself? But I would say, when I did the YouTube map, it gets pretty obvious. I like statistics so much, and I like personalized statistics. Okay, if I like you one time, I'm like, wow, I like you this one time, and I need to know about it, okay? I need to keep it in my collection of I like yous, okay? Because nobody likes me back, so I'm like, shit, my one directional liking of people is a big deal. I like people in one direction, doesn't come back, so I collect my feelings back. You know, I have my feelings for you, potentially secret admirer at this point of many, many people, and this is how it's gonna be. I don't give a fuck. If the feelings are not floating around, I'm at least gonna be best person when it comes to understanding my own feelings. And that's it. And allowing people to even pitch in and manipulate my feelings and see for real what it looks like. Okay? Because I will always consent to, like, this is my God. This is how I feel, okay? What does it mean for Ari to be on the top list even higher than me? This is almost like an old school list in a way. This is so fucking old school. Jewel used to be at 5 though. So I can't wait till she's 5 again. Because she has to be at 5. Like, how the fuck did it cost me went this far? So yeah. Or Courtney, I should just call it by the name, but I call it by the nickname. Fuck. Who cares? So yeah, I do feel... What exactly? Well, I'm sandwiched between my interests. People that I have never... or personalities that I could have never understood properly. And then these are... the leftover personalities are personalities that I can kind of grasp already, so I'm not too interested in them. So you have a water and fire, and I myself wield wind and earth, which kind of makes me, I guess, interested in memes a little bit, and then more or less I'm interested in intelligence. But here's the interest of I guess business standpoints or career standpoints. Well, where Ariana doesn't actually look at her own career as a career. She just does it as a passion. She does it through feelings, I suppose. Invest feelings and turn it into, like, straight up, you know, it straight goes into where it has to go. That's where feelings want to go, and that's why her career is successful, because she was able to position herself in the right way with the right tools. But I think I can top that anyways. Fuck that shit. With effort, you can do whatever you want. You don't need no positioning, nothing. But this is how I feel, right? I'm a little bit left behind. I gave Ari too many points over time. Because if you look back, it's probably not easy to look back because she's all over the place. But she is all over the place here. Points, 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 points. Where did she get all these points? Well, I was giving a bunch of bonus stuff. Straight in there. And it kind of blew her out of proportion now. I don't like that idea anymore. Sometimes she gets actual reasonable points where, like, I watch her shows or whatever. But now because of all these bonus points I was giving. Like, it was a mistake. I recognize my mistake. Please don't hurt me. But yeah, I kept her always around, and like sometimes you realize, oh yeah, I'll give a point to that person. I'll give a point again. If you constantly reminding yourself, you know, constantly feeding feelings, and especially as I was growing, like, it's important to tap into other people's ways of life, so you can pick up something that you might change in your life because of that. I feel that's ridiculously important. Anyways, so from a very young age, or just very early on, where Minecraft was like 2013, and I was at Unity, the moment I picked up Unity, I'm like, I have so much self-esteem, I want to beat Minecraft. I just want to beat Minecraft. Just, come on. It's just the most obvious goal of all time. And people referencing that thing over and over again. The kill of Minecraft has to occur, and potentially Hytale says they have no idea what that is. Okay, that's what it says to me. They have absolutely zero clues. They just want to make a game that's fun for them in a way, and it's not fun to dig around into the Matrix basically and try and predict what is going to be the next thing that I would have to work or someone else have to work on to beat up Minecraft. Is it even possible? And I'm gonna give the formula out one more time because I already gave it up. I already said you have levels, you have some kind of character creation, and it tries to climb as far as possible. Just like with Skyrim, right? And maybe we can improve on this idea, actually. Alright? Because we just played Skyrim, and it adds a little bit of a flavor in there, right? Skyrim allows me to pretty much climb the top of the mountain and back, and I have gained some amount of gold after doing this whole fucking, let's just call it gold. G's, man. 100 G's. That's me right there. And every single time you make a run across the map or across the area, first you have to establish yourself to be able to access all levels. You have to visit all towns, and every single town pretty much has its own levels, I would say. So we can literally look into Skyrim as this potential Minecraft killer, which is like, what? How the fuck does that work? Well, you saw how this works. As expectation for what a 3D game or GTA looks like, it's good, but it's not good enough to bring down the capitalism, because capitalism is keep on growing and is actually asking people of what do they like to buy, you know. Most of the time people are expecting some kind of improvement on an already existing formula that they truly believe in, okay? And these formulas are pretty scarce. There's not a lot of them. Anytime a video game blows up, and hopefully it's free video game that everyone has access to, something like Hearthstone, it can also blow up, and I am actually wondering how many people are playing Hearthstone, because that shit would work just like a sales figure at this point, because you know, like, but almost. I mean, I want to know where Hearthstone is on this map, because it is on this map, and I need to know. Okay, Hearthstone sales? I don't know. Sales decline, but I want to know overall sales. Alright, assholes. Super data, revenues down. Who cares? Player base. What is that? images. Player base, blah blah blah. View millions, numbers of players in millions, 100. At 2018, but it's keep on growing though. So what's up? One of the newest data. Hello, hello, boys. There's a lot of weird shit data, okay? I'm scared. Declining. No, just give me the goddamn thing. Live player count. That's an interesting one. Alright. So this is how many people are online. GTA 5 live player count. How about that? Whoa! Look at that. What? This is a what moment, right? So here's how to understand this. Obviously Hearthstone is like a free game, and there's gonna be a bunch of people who kind of try and play this like RuneScape in a way, right? So we have to look into RuneScape as well. Live player count. Let's see what's up. Okay, so it's around GTA level exactly. Wow, okay. What is Minecraft live player count? Because actually Minecraft transcended of what a free game looks like, because Minecraft just shoved itself into everyone's hands. You have to have the Minecraft account. You just have to, okay? Trust me. Minecraft live player count. 3 motherfucking million. Why is GTA 5 so low? Well, you know, the hype doesn't stand a chance against Minecraft in general. Because Minecraft is just a long game. It sucks in a lot of fucking people. And, that is scary, though. That is just hard to comprehend. What am I even looking at? And at least Hearthstone, like, does a pretty good job so far. Oh my god. This is a hard one, man. What am I looking at? A bunch of bots? What is this? This is unbelievable. Literally, Minecraft just opens up a fucking new dimension of gaming. I don't understand this at all, man. It's a new dimension of gaming. What the fuck? But that's the fucking trick shot, right? That's the key to understand what it is, right? It is a dimension of gaming. That's how you have to, you know, define it now. It's pretty much the second generation, an actual second generation game. That kind of sucks me in immediately because it asks me to improve on the second generation gaming, and I'm like, what? Are you sure this is second generation gaming? Because Minecraft probably went into the dimension of gaming a little bit too far. All you have to do to apply for the second generation, all you have to do to apply to second generation is keep it free and beta, okay? So it's always on work in progress, basically. Yeah, we're gonna fix those problems, we're gonna fix those problems, we're gonna add a new feature for people who feel that not having enough features is a problem, and we're gonna simplify something. Oh, whatever. Or we're gonna add a new game mode or something. Hearthstone actually follows the same formula that Minecraft should have followed. Hearthstone is doing quite well. I'm not gonna lie. Quite fucking well. I want to know what is the peak performance of Hearthstone as a player base. So let's ask this question. Peak live Hearthstone players. Peak count, motherfuckers. Give me numbers. Numbers, man. Oh yeah, and yeah, there's a rotation of people. But whatever, I don't care. Come on. Numbers. Fucking losers, man. You're losers. Do these have, like a stat line? No? What is this? Okay, top countries. Russia's 11%. See, like, Russians have to tune in, and Russians fucking eat whatever Europe has to offer most of the time. Because then we have, you know, the European countries shoving themselves in. And that is a lot, okay? For European country to take 5% where United States is 18%. Are you kidding me? You know, that's a lot. That's a difficult task. For Poland to fucking take 4%. What is Poland, right? Who is this guy? It literally has half of the flag chopped off just because half of it is white. You know, welcome to the internet, Poland. Really, why is it a Poland? It's not even a Poland. It's just fucking. It's probably Poland because we watch too many Teletubbies now. It's ridiculous. Teletubbies own Poland now. What is happening? I'm so scared. Anyways, yeah, you can tell this rant is going just nice. I'm high level performance. I just can't make good points. Pointland. Maybe we just need to remix Poland. I mean, we're neighboring as Lithuanians. We're neighboring Poland. Or maybe we just pee on Poland and that becomes the culture of Poland. So I have to pee harder. Just a reminder, okay, Hearthstone is actually doing what Minecraft should do. So Minecraft is actually simply missing the other piece of the puzzle, which I literally just picked up and put it together. I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of YouTube videos. Can I watch them, guys? Can I just do my fucking thing and stop being angry and you just feed me and actually watch my content for once? Or do I have to spawn content forever? Can I just concede the programming thing? Well, no, because whatever you do best, we want to have that and not much else. Well, you know what's gonna happen when you ask me this question, okay? What's gonna happen, I will make something. It will be decent. I will take bag and leave. You will never see me again. I'll do a smaller version of Notch, basically. Which is like, I will sell out to everyone. I will promote everyone, sell out to everything. Just, you're not gonna see me, basically. Staying in programming. Are you kidding me? That's not gonna happen. I'm not that guy. I'm not a guy who works hard because hard work is for losers. It's not necessarily a meme that should take off, but honestly, what's the problem? Nobody's truly hardworking. Because true hard work is no hard work. Is intentionally repeating this meme in your head forever. This is what I have been doing to myself this entire time. True hard work is little work but consistent work. Every day you wake up and you do it anyways, because it's just fun, okay? Fun work is for gods, okay? What gods would do, you know? What would a god do? He would just sit here and do nothing and pretend that he's a god. So I'm pretending that I'm God. Fuck yeah, dude. I just do what gods do. How is this not a meme? You know? Why hard work? Why slavery is so, such a fucking high self-esteem? Well, because it pays you, because it gives you an exchange of like, well, if you are a slave, you technically deserve to be a god for a moment. Just so you may rewire your brain a little bit and actually discover that you might want to take a bag and leave type of situation, right? But when we're talking about take a bag and leave, yes, we're talking about something that Dream did, which is like injected himself into YouTube. But what I would do, I also am capable of leaving YouTube at the same time as I do the Dream move. Okay, it's not exactly impossible to replicate that shit, but it is impossibly difficult because Dream was piggybacking PewDiePie himself, which is very rarely happens, which is why I am observing every single YouTuber and pretty much gonna try and exploit their weaknesses in case I can actually piggyback them, because that is the only way to become popular on YouTube right now. Because their weakness, you know, is, you know, they're in the cup of YouTube, the overflowing cup of YouTube. You can't enter here unless you piggyback YouTubers. Okay, they come out to interact with the fans, and you just smash into them, and you become one being, one with the universe. Fuck yeah, I'll take that. It's a mission impossible. Is what Dream did. And I might want to repeat. It's, you know, we share personalities, so I'm getting ready, dude. It's happening. Let's go. I just need confirmation that this is repeatable, so someone else will gonna do it before I do it. But I'm a little bit scared of, like, I might have to, you know, tone down this meme for a little bit. But I just don't feel that that's true. That I have to do it at all. That, you know, if I dedicate myself to something, I can actually make it. And potentially T-Series is gonna force me to be the second guy and not wait for anyone else to fucking do it. Because I don't have to wait, okay? Potentially there's enough fear and destruction in the world where people just can't do what Dream did necessarily. And maybe even I can't do it. We're only gonna find out in the T-Series next year, when I start making music. Who would have thought I can make music, huh? Well, you'll see, you'll see. I can do anything. It just doesn't matter. But that's exactly what matters, because I can do anything. It's the anything I should be doing, not specifically whatever, right? It's whatever I want, you want, someone wants. Because wishes never stay in one place, okay? Wishing for something is incredibly temporary and destructive action, I would say. This is the most destructive you can get, is wishing for something. Wow. That's why gods actually have very tiny wish lists, but they keep working on those wishes too. So, you know, you have to reconfirm yourself that you want exactly this and you want exactly this way, right? You have to first discover what your wish even is. So, like, fuck. And, well, Dream kind of copycatted the entire, you know, formula, I would say, of what... Not only with the name, but with the entire being. So you can almost look at it as a ghost of some kind, okay? A grappling hook for someone else to chew on if they really want it. And I don't really want it, but I have no choice. If I do a good job, it's work nonetheless, you know. It's not the type of work, but how well you do your work is what matters, okay? Because then your effort pretty much expands a certain amount of times, right? You can inject your effort, but it's how well you inject your effort, how much effort you already generated previously, right? So you can inject 1 day of effort into things, sting, but you have to properly locate yourself, right? So you sting the right thing. That's what matters, you know. Your daily effort has to be timed your yearly effort, pretty much, or your projection effort. Okay, you're doing some kind of project, so you're stinging every day harder and harder until you get that pop going. Okay, equals pop. That's the formula. It's just so simple. But people can't see it because they're just blinded by the possibilities of life. So they want to grab the first possibility that they can get their hands on, delaying my ability to do my thing. So I just wait, you know. Whenever you grab the first great possibility in your life, you delay mine, okay? My possibilities are now delayed. I can get to where I want to be. Because you took all the great opportunities on your side of life, which potentially even had privilege. You don't even know. Especially if you're American or even fucking German right now. You live in UK, like, there's some great opportunities. You can have great parents and something like that. And if you haven't looked around of what other people live like, you will never understand. Honestly, I had friends that were actually like at least 4 times richer than I am. They had better lives. They had more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And you can feel that tension, you know, where they buy a pre-built Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and I get to scrap with whatever I find, whatever collection I have. I scrap that collection many times over to get one deck. But who had more fun? Did you have more fun buying something, or did I had fun buying something many times to build one fucking deck in a pool of cards? Well, the fun was probably equal. I probably had just a tiny bit of more fun because I had more cards in this whole process, and I cared a little bit more, okay? And I had to care a little bit more. And that's this slight advantage that I accumulated turned into Hearthstone eventually, actually. You know, there were always rich kids all around me, but my dedication, my ability to keep my collection going, not allowing other people to steal my collection, because there's always poorer people willing to do that. And eventually my cards have been stolen, I believe, because I have very little collection left. But I'm not too depressed about it. Yu-Gi-Oh just died. Physical media just died, and it's fine. It turned into its own Generation 2 game. Generation 2 that is still in a seed formation, that is still something that I'm picking up as a fucking baby, and I'm showing the baby to everyone. Does everyone want to fucking take care of this shit? Because this is ridiculous, right? There's a bunch of people who are generating revenue, who are generating consistent job opportunities, and I'm not invited into that process. It's very painful. I'm not sure if I should show up in the game jam, for example. Who knows, right? If I have an opportunity to show up in the game jam, maybe that's a good thing to do. But someone has to fund it for me. This operation is nothing. I can do literally nothing right now, and I don't want to do anything, because funding is supposed to be a mutual understanding, right? I'm capable of doing certain things, and you might want to have certain things done for you. So the best thing to do is, is to communicate and see what can be done in life. Greatest purchases can only be done between friends. So keep that in mind when embracing capitalism, because in the end, all that's left is your ability to fund your friends and push them forward in life. And especially if you're just a rich kid, just sit back and enjoy the ride, because if one of your friends is successful, well, you're going to be successful for the rest of your life potentially. You're going to be refunding your fucking money. You're going to be winning a lottery, and if you don't win a lottery, just go work your back and cut off all the friendships and do your thing, do your thing. You failed, you got your experience, whatever. It's never a complete failure, people find their ways. And if you had made a lot of friends, how can you fail? Those relationships are essentially going to become cheaper, and you don't have to invest into them anymore, pretty much, unless they are fake relationships. So there's a lot of nuance in there, but I've said the first point and I have just repeated it. And now we have completed the first hour. Here you go, boys. Alright, so Hearthstone, dude. Still a great competitor against Minecraft, because apparently, not a lot of other people play other games. And by other people, I mean, there's literally now two platforms of gaming, dimensions of gaming. There's Minecraft and looking for the next Minecraft sort of dimension. It's literally that bad, I would say. Seeing that it's 3 million, 3.5 million, what? How? It's incredible. Oh, no. It's literally ridiculous. I thought it was 3.5 viewers of Minecraft, but there's also viewers of Minecraft videos too, so it's just madness, I would say. So, okay, so we have a fundamental understanding of Minecraft. This is what is needed from us, right? What is needed, or we needed, understanding of Minecraft and knowledge about Hearthstone. Knowing about Hearthstone is actually a terribly difficult project. Okay, how does it work? How many strategies can you find? I actually haven't finished my work, because there are, in fact, multiple strategies in Hearthstone that have to be explored. And how about we step inside and see what kind of strategies we're gonna find? Maybe next video, right? Because this time, I am still kind of looking into the Skyrim realm and the idea of how you climb a mountain and each time you get some gold back. If Skyrim's gold was a little bit more powerful than just buy soul gems and enchant your gear, which is still pretty good, but if it was solely built on whatever Skyrim was most successful about, basically fixing my biggest issues about the game, there's a bunch of dummy skills, and in the end, enchanting skill becomes the main leveling up skill? Enchantments? Are you kidding me? But that's true. There's no way it's not true, because you add health to your enchantments, you add mana to your enchantments, you add... there's layers of strategy of which enchantments work and which enchantments you need in the early game. And every single time you level up to a certain degree, you have to replenish your enchantments with a better one. and you have to scrap the armor that you already built as well. So there's a lot of resources that go into this process of enchanting. This cannot be just a fad. It's actually the most strongest skill. The first thing I did to level 100 was smithing, because it's the easiest. But the second skill that I did was one-handed, because it was super easy as well. And I never really reached any other skill to 100. But if there is a skill that you need to reach to level 100 as the first skill, it is enchanting. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And it's probably very difficult too. And that's why another problem about Skyrim is that the highest perk is unreachable. It's called no. You will never get it, basically. The level 100 skill. There's a lot of problems that I try to fix about Skyrim, and because Skyrim Creation Kit is so terrible, I scrapped the project and left Skyrim to some degree. Or at least left it as it is. It could have been pretty good, actually, just inject a simple pack. Like, modding Skyrim is a big deal. This is why it's such a big game still. But you inject a little tiny mod that's probably 100 kilobytes or whatever, or a few megabytes, and you're good to go, because it just changes a few ideas of how Skyrim is operating. Tries to balance the game. The game balance was such a huge problem in Skyrim. It's just, wow. It wowed me to an incredible degree. And it's so simple to fix it at the same time, I would say. Like, there's some things that just make absolutely no sense. And I looked into almost every aspect. But then I just gave up and I said, like, well, vanilla experience is still playable. And as long as it's playable, it's gonna be always better than my modded experience. Unless I can mod everything to full extent, basically, and I can't, because Skyrim is way too big and I wanted to, you know, experience everything. So I was hoping that I would just mod a little bit and play a little bit. And I was just gonna juggle those balls. But at some point, my mod started crashing and, you know, Creation Kit just felt like a total flop, a total failure, you know. If Skyrim had a great Creation Kit, I would be fine fixing Skyrim myself. No big deal, I can just do it. I can just literally own Skyrim with one mod that simply rebalances the whole game. And that's it. It's not a big deal. As I don't think a lot of people actually knew how big of a change is to rebalance the game like that. I'm astonished that people just ignore the fact. Because when I started playing my own version of Skyrim, that was like the sweet spot of like what a game looks like. But I couldn't quite get it to work. I couldn't quite get there. And yeah, the experience was a little bit kind of twisted in a way. I wanted to experience the original version a little bit more, because I needed to experience the original version, because I didn't know all the problems that are out there. I would have to redesign the game from scratch pretty much, because who knows, like, until I run into some kind of problem, then I can smoothen up the edge. And that's the big question of, like, how does it play out? But it just worked, okay? I was able to enable conjuration again, because what you summon is actually pretty weak, and it dies very quickly. It uses a lot of mana, and again, the mana usage is a very, very intricate concept of Skyrim, which I never really appreciated fully until recently, realizing, like, you don't have to necessarily buff the cards, you have to buff the amount of mana you have, and all of a sudden, even Hearthstone has the same problem. Okay, your ability to play cards when your hand is clogged up, when your options are low, Hearthstone becomes a very tunnel vision type of game, non-interactive, very boring, very much kind of like chess. You know, your opponent makes a turn, you make a turn, and it's all just boring, non-interactive at all. You're not taking over your opponent's pieces over and over again, as well as your opponent is not doing anything much. It's all automated, basically. And that's the mana problem. And this is such a big problem. I think it deserves a star at this point. Mana problem. Why Skyrim has a mana problem? Well, you can't necessarily adjust how much mana your spells are going to be using. You can only pick up a higher level spell, and it's going to do a little bit more damage, but potentially it's actually quite underwhelming. The only thing that it changes is that you go from just bursting your spell into shooting your spell, which is a big change, big change in the gameplay, and I like that. And people wanted to like figure out how to fix this intricate system. I think it's such an intricate system. It's very hard to fix what Skyrim did. It's just there is some kind of problem alongside with Hearthstone that let's say, you know, the conjuration spell would be way too strong, even though it can suck your entire mana pool, but sometimes it won't. You summon your wolf and that wolf is just gonna tear everyone apart, especially when your opponents actually scale, but your companions also scale at the same rate of whatever difficulty you have. So it's kind of fascinating how annoying it is, actually. This is immediately why I banned companions when playing Skyrim. Like, they also scale with the difficulty, so there's no reason to keep companions, because they're gonna play on easy while you play on legendary. That's a huge difference now. All of a sudden, it is really problematic the way they did this whole thing, not attaching the player, not circling the player experience as a whole and thinking that you can just multiply the enemy health and you can multiply enemy attack and that's all you need to do. It's obviously wrong. So over time it stacked a few problems in that can be cleaned up with a simple patch. And some people are really good at working in Skyrim Creation Kit and can actually make this still happen for me, which I don't encourage people to do because it's a lot of tedious work. I've done that work and I've lost a lot of hours into it because it could have never been done. And there's so many little things that can be fixed about it that would just replenish the game that was already selling very well and have never, you know, been replenished in any capacity whatsoever. The special edition especially, middle finger basically to everyone. It's a special middle finger. It almost hints at these people running with a bag, taking a bag and leaving, and at the same time selling themselves to Microsoft, which unites Skyrim and Minecraft in one very interesting adventure, you know? Skyrim and Minecraft. An adventure that ends in Minecraft Soft buying it all, okay? That's right. We'll never see Microsoft the same way ever again. But the reason why Microsoft bought it, I think, is because Microsoft actually belongs to the same gaming generation 1 to 2, that's where Microsoft is, you know, like all the Windows systems. They're gonna be supporting games most of the time as the highest priority thing. It's just so weird, but everything checks out. Even the simple idea that Todd Howard says it just works, it checks out, dude. I confirm his belief of just works. You know why it just works? Because everyone else have to pitch in, everyone else have to contribute. It's not the main spotlighted area, you know? People in the spotlight can only be good leaders. And if they're not good leaders, don't expect much from the people in the spotlight who actually under pressure to release something new and next level, basically. But the outsiders have to help, alright? It's your responsibility to help, to pitch in some kind of idea and communicate those ideas and build communities in general and pick up people who are just like me. I belong in every community ever, but I will sit in the darkness as a principle to show how fucking frustrated I am. Because I know a lot of people are like myself. They sit in the darkness and they're waiting for a great opportunity to pitch in some ideas, to pitch in some, to make a difference in life. Why the fuck not? Right? Obviously not everyone is as good as I am, but come on guys. I have a syndrome of sitting alone forever, and I'm very good as a human being, being alone. I'm very bad at communicating, but that's okay, right? You're gonna fix that, right? Anyone? You're not in a spotlight, so I'm literally willing to ask for help anytime. So, you're not in a spotlight. You actually have to work harder in a way. Okay? I just say work harder because not exactly you have to align yourself with the way people work on the spotlight. You have to align the way people work not in the spot, just the straight up, just like the fun work is better. It's more work. It feels like more work. It feels more empowering because you're almost creating a spotlight for yourself, where the people in the spotlight pretty much are trying to hide from burning out, which is approvable. I understand what's going on a little bit too well, but yeah, and it's always the question of like, why am I pushing forward? This is so ridiculous. I'm already exhausted of how many ideas I have to juggle all together just to get to my ultimate idea, the ultimate hammer that will destroy not only Hearthstone but also Minecraft, because everyone is wishing for Minecraft to die. Die, Minecraft! For fuck's sake! But you can see me climbing slowly, and it's a huge mountain. It's a lot of time that will have to be dedicated. And we have to appreciate the generation that's below us as well. As the Gaming 2 generation, we have to understand the YouTube 1 generation, okay? That's gonna actually transcend very soon into something different as well. But we have to finish, we have like 5 years to finish the generation 2 of gaming. So please, don't fail, assholes. I will not pitch in. I'm just a bystander because I have actually tumbled down to YouTube. I'm not a programmer anymore. I actually found my place of where I will naturally grow into a YouTuber, which is weird. Who would have thought, right? But it's actually quite a difficult job, and you will see why. I hope you already see why. I mean, like, it's quite simple to see if you just invest enough effort. But the effort will be injected into you, so you will see it anyways the moment it starts blowing up. That's the difference, right? You can still see the same thing. You can still experience the same thing and believe in the same thing as I do. It's just a little bit harder when nobody else believes around you, so you feel like insecure. Should I adopt this belief, or should I just, see what happens next? And every single time, it's the greatest choice of all time you're making. You should adopt a belief when no one else is showing up. At some point, you just have to say, screw it, I'm adopting this belief. And you can't just sit around forever and wait for something. You have to wait for a certain amount of time, and you have to declare exactly what time is gonna be. Alright? Now, because I'm doing different projects each year, I'm kind of hoping to alleviate what the waiting sort of behavior is going to be for my fans. So we'll see. I actually have no idea what I'm doing in a way. What's going to be next happening, but I just know the things that I'm passionate about, I keep them invested into. I keep myself invested. It's just very, very important. And I almost I see the entire background on whoever step up to their existence. I know them very well, right? So there were some vector people. Now Curie is very curious, and the Colpus is around pretty much. Also, I get some more news about what the fuck is going on here. One second. It almost feels like the same message has been repeated. Yeah, there's a lot of people that jumped on board. This is like the waters, right? People sink into the waters if they're not online all the time, in a way, or they're just not known. So, and I'm hoping to, attract people from all kinds of places for different reasons, and kind of conflict those reasons all together, because essentially what they have to do, they have to grab me, basically. That's it. Whatever community wins, wins. Alright? Whatever does that, whatever community figures out how to grab me, to conjure a hand, that's it. Some people will think, oh, whatever I did in the past is super important. Whatever I'm seeing right now, whatever is the last video released, is the most important. They will have different ideas of what's the most important until I will show them this is the most important. I'm showing it right now until your eyes will bleed, and you will have to climb this mountain for me and become, Actually, Skyrim has a very interesting storyline behind it. You climb a mountain to talk with old dudes who know how to shout. Guess what? I want to learn how to shout dragon language too. So I'm also climbing my mountain, and it's like a metaphor in becoming famous, and almost like Skyrim is self-aware, which is ridiculous. Like, how many layers of self-awareness Skyrim has? I will never stop playing this game now, because now it's just culturally significant to me. My culture, if there is one, is built now on Skyrim, which is fascinating. You will never find a better community to just speculate of what this community actually is about, or whether I'm a winner or there's a certain piece of the community that will take me over, basically. There's one special community, right, that I will be injecting by force, and I'm scared. The music community. I'm invested 100% in the music right now. With that, which is ridiculous, right? What's gonna happen when I'll make my music? Will they just come in and take it? Or will they start praising me and pretending that I am the community? I am the, the different aspect, the different band that people can fucking support. Well, we'll see. It's just a very... This is, my life now is becoming greatest troll of internet history, okay? Literally the greatest troll of all time. Because what happens when you mix every community ever all together? Just anything I can get my hands on, I want it. Obviously, like, Minecraft is like a huge internet community, so we have to acknowledge it. YouTube is a huge internet community, and then the old school, also pretty good community. Very, very old school movie making community. Hollywood, basically. Which is already went through a second generation phase. You know, while gaming is going through its generations. So potentially, you know, now it's a third generation, but we call it the old generation, right? It's just kind of a supplement. It doesn't necessarily stand on its own anymore. It has to feed in, maybe even through gaming, into YouTube. But like, the idea of gaming being a little bit more of like a more, because it's interactive, because it's better than watching a movie. That's what movies are trying to be. They're trying to be more fun, right? And they're trying to kind of learn from YouTube and gaming at the same time. That's what I think is going on. It's hard to tell because I'm not invested into that at all. I think movies can go fuck themselves because they're just a distraction now, more or less. Like, think about it this way. Game of Thrones is kind of just like Skyrim at this point. Like, you know, that's a good cop-out to what I just said. They just made us Skyrim this series, and we can not talk about it anymore. The winter is coming, yeah. Because Skyrim, right? It's a very wintry place. Am I correct here? What's going on here? Are we talking about the same thing? Anyways, I'm gonna take a break now and give you some locks to pick, or myself to pick, because there's a specific, right, like, we're gonna have to go through the Skyrim thing and how the progression is supposed to work, and how we saw it working so very nice. You explore the game, and after doing full cycle, you know how much you earned. And then it becomes your first cycle, right? Cycle number 1. And then you get some experience, you just basically invest your money into, you know, your home experience. So you do a different kind of cycle of understanding yourself as a person, and then you go another exploration cycle, and you hopefully earn more money this time than previously, right? It goes up. And every single time you start realizing there are actual levels that you can dive into. You can branch out a certain amount, but if you get sucked in too deeply, you will die. You will perish, and you will never be able to cycle fully. The whole game will be broken down. But potentially there will be different game modes, and probably the main game mode is where if you can cycle through, you will be able to invest into the town. Obviously, every cycle also costs a little bit, right? There's a tax to everything because you have to prepare yourself and go out into the real world and then cycle. This is probably the best way to make games right now, is what I'm saying. Probably even better than the first idea that I proposed when I talked about Minecraft. I can pinpoint exactly where that was. So it was after, no, when I started playing around with this stuff, I actually have it somewhere around here. Yes. How hard should we hate on Minecraft? Was my question, basically. So, I can't wait until people actually watch Skyrim. I will edit a little bit. Yeah, boys. That's how Skyrim looks like. Holy shit, man. This thumbnail looks fucking badass. This is what you do in Skyrim most of the time. Heat yourself up, man. And try not to get too much experience. Too early, right? Hilarious, dude. Alright. So I'm taking a break now. Man, what a blowout trigger. Okay, so we need something that... I guess we're gonna use the boom. So what boom this time? Well, Jax Films asks for $10K, which is like, what are you trying to do here, buddy? You have 4 million subscribers. And gets $70K in one day. That's Kickstarter. I understand. His project is amazing. Okay? It literally encompasses his entire career as a... as this EI project has been growing this for so long now. What, like fucking 5 years or something? I don't even know, dude. And he has its own minigame now. Physical game. No one plays physical games, Jax Films. Can you pay some programmers to do your fucking job? Or something? But it's still, you know, like, yeah, it's a trophy, I guess, for watching too many Jax Films videos. And it's so painful, man. Take my money type of shit happening. But it's even worse. Like, why would a YouTuber need funding like this at all? You don't get enough money? What is happening? And then I have a special TikToker that I just found that I can subscribe to. And I got this quote that blew me away, basically. Alright. I had 9 to 5 job. It gives me 12.5, by the way. But let's say $12 an hour. And I have to say, but we don't stop right there. It's barely enough for me to live on my own. I lived on my own on £7 an hour. It wasn't enough. I didn't want it to work every day. I cut my hours in half. What are we talking about here? Because I'm lost. 9 to 5 job is like a fucking sweet spot. I was working 12 hours. Night shift sometimes. Sometimes switching from night shift to day shift. It was crippling me, okay? Every single job that I had was crippling me in UK. Because, you know, people want to be exploited these days. What can I say? Obviously the opposite is true. It's capitalism trying to exploit people. But, you know, rightfully so. But this fucking blows my mind. Someone has to take my fist and let it travel across oceans to meet some American fucking faces, man. Like, you guys living an amazing life. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, you know, America is kind of culturally garbage, but they just get away with it because they're rich. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy what we're gonna just put as a point right now. American culture is garbage, but very well funded. Okay. Very much in debt. If this point actually reaches the right eyes and ears, America can just go bankrupt at this point. I'm serious. Like, what? We're supporting idiots in there. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I'm not saying that my fucking country is doing great. They deserve a fist in their face, but they will wake up. After one fist, they will wake up. They were like, shit, $12 an hour? Are you kidding me? Not only I can live on my own, that is usually a dream for most people. A fucking dream. Live on their own, yeah. We're stuck, man, with parents. If we don't get a job, it's kind of stuckery. Especially if, you know, we go through college experience. That's also a fucking terrible thing. But, and for me personally, I don't turn down a fucking job opportunity. The job opportunity turns me down. It's the other way around. I'm scared now that I can get a job easily. It's just a scary thing. And most important part, $3 an hour is our minimum wage, and it's what I pretty much guarantee to get, and it's what I'll guarantee to get. Basically, it's not minimum wage. It's basically what you get paid. Okay. Unless you're getting, you know, ripped off. So they have to pay a little bit more because, you know, you're going to complain about it. You can't actually serve the system when you're filled with complaints and ill feelings. Of course. It's just an obvious fact that every capitalist knows at this point. You have to pay enough to enslave enough. I don't know. That sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a boom boom in my face. I can't wait to fucking reach this culture. You know? YouTube culture is full of shit. And YouTube itself is a full of shit platform. Is the only problem that we're facing as people, you know, is the lack of opportunities, lack of fucking climbing up the stairs and establishing. Every one of us can establish some little cool stuff. And whatever stupid game Jax Films has invented, it's still kind of cool and kind of like, is it necessary? Are all Americans that fucking stupid they can't come up with their own activities? You know, aren't we already, you know, preoccupied with all kinds of shit? But it is a trope. There's a lot of fucking things like that where we don't know exactly what's possible to light up the market with, what you can push into the market. What if people are not bored anymore? What if they're doing great? Well, things like that would be offensive, and incredibly so if you ask for $10,000 and you definitely have that. You definitely have that. If you can get in one day, you can get $70,000. This was just a marketing fucking ploy to put something on a Kickstarter so people can pay whatever they want, but technically they will overpay to get the game, which is fucking mind-blowing, right? It's just, wow, not only you're cheap as fuck, you're smart as fuck when it comes to ripping off people, and fuck, Jax Films, please don't show up on YouTube Map. It's gonna be an embarrassment. You have your own business actually going on, apparently, so I'll just keep it at that. Potentially PewDiePie would be in a similar position, you know. He would probably do the same thing in his place when it comes to certain fucking weird projects. Except PewDiePie will never have a project. He's not even trying that hard. You know, that's what makes Jax Films actually look actually good in PewDiePie's light. Like, that's fucking weird for me. Oh man. And yeah, this is just people would kill for this salary, and for someone to just go on YouTube and complain, yes, it's possible to complain. And women, man, I can't believe the biggest boom, the secondary boom on this thing. It's like, I know women have crazy opportunities to get crazy cheap money, basically, for cheap labor. Alright, just for looking cute and stuff. It's not easy. It's highly appreciated if you happen to fucking know how to survive properly so you can keep your fucking cute face and just bleed cuteness into everyone's lives. Yeah, that's cool, and that's the greatest opportunity of all time, and that women have. Why am I saying this? I don't know. The wage gap has finally passed over. We're not talking about this anymore. But we're always gonna talk about some stupid bullshit. The inequality bullshit of some kind. It just feels like it's stopped. You know, one narrative takes over and every other narrative stops. This is the most hilarious thing ever. How inconsistent narratives are in politics. One narrative outshadows others so quickly in politics in America. Okay. Yeah. If I was in charge of shadow market right now, I would be laughing my ass off seeing how politics is playing whack-a-mole with interesting ideas, but those interesting ideas are also like wacky ideas, something you whack. You just feel like, I feel bad about it, so it must be good. And it's just like, how are you so stupid that it's actually entertaining? You know, politics is now a clown fiesta at this point. I'm so impressed, man. See, of course, I understand. This is an overarching problem, but it's not something you complain about. It's something you celebrate. I had a job. I held a job for a certain amount of time. It's not good enough for... Whoa, it's... No. That claim goes through the window. I don't know where you live, how you live, how you can't you just take the bag and bail to a location that fucking serves you well, but just live on your own is just... I can't support that. People fucking think that's a normal thing to do. Live on your own in the first place. Think about it this way, right? Isolation is kind of next level right now. All right? It's put to next level. Living on your own is mental illness, actually. I'm like, I welcome my mom to come back from hospital as soon as she can. I probably will try and judge her a little bit less because I respect her being here around and doing chores and whatnot. It still pisses me off when I hear running water and I'm fucking sleeping. I'm half awake, but I'm still, you know, in that fucking state of I need more rest. And there's fucking running water everywhere. It's just ridiculous. So I'm not particularly fucking happy not living on my own, but I can take it, okay? That's not a big deal for me. I'm not gonna complain about it too much. So yeah, those were the booms, man. Fucking blows my head off. I did complete a 3-hour course of Joe Rogan interviewing Alex Jones, which is its own clown fiesta, I would say, because these are businessmen who are just sitting down and they're not necessarily solving any problems. They're kind of just looking for problems in a way, and that's not very helpful. I mean, I can't wait to get on someone's fucking show and get in their head, basically, because I'm a very dangerous person now. That's how I feel. So this Joe Rogan experience, what I was fascinated by, next thing I'm gonna watch is Miley Cyrus was on an interview as well. So I'm way more interested in that than fucking Alex Jones. Even though they made me think about certain topics of like, wow, elite is very corrupted and thing and shit. And that's but they never generalize. They're just like, wow, someone said something, we need to have evidence about it because this is so outrageous or whatever. It's just... It's pretty sad. I wasted 3 hours listening to them. I could have listened to anything else, guys. But I was still Alex Jones fan big enough to where, like, if he's still on YouTube in some form of way, I probably pay attention once a year. That's keeping my distance at least, though. Yeah, I didn't actually add anything from the mining sector. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Should have done that immediately. When I knew I was gonna come back and fucking boom. I immediately forgot what we were talking about, by the way. It's like, it's that fucking stupid. So yeah, I completed... You can see, right? At which hour mark you can see everything. Okay, so... I think I already, you know, explained everything, so I don't need to explain it again. I've already shown how the greatest gameplay looks like. Rotations, alright? It's almost like an 8 happening. You establish some kind of house. You go all the way across the land, collecting stuff, being useful basically. Maybe it can take like 7 days or something, and then it equals some kind of a payment that you have collected, right? And something you're trying to increase and reinvest into yourself, and then dig deeper into the mysteries that the lands have to offer. But first things first is the goddamn circle, and now it again reflects real life quite a bit. You have to explore life first, and then you have to dig deeper accordingly. So if I look into my life now, I'm kind of on the edge of exploring. Not necessarily. I mean, I'm almost like backtracking, because most of the time the way you start playing a game or real life, you see a main quest and you try and get as far to it as possible, and like, oh, picking up programming is so easy, might as well complete the main quest. But you go deeper through it into a rabbit hole basically, and you realize this is as deadly as it gets. Alright, and everything is the same way basically. So I looked around, it felt like the same rabbit holes are being put in place, and unless you go deep enough, you will never see money at all. There's a seas of money all over the place, obviously, or in the middle rabbit hole where you can just sell yourself for money, turn yourself into like an organism that lives to sustain a business of some kind. You don't necessarily have any identity of your own. You're just kind of watching a movie as it plays in front of you for hours and hours, just for a little bit of pay to survive. It's pretty awful. I'm still not gonna, you know, condemn people that complain about that forever holding a job is almost like another mental illness. Alright? But that's just, you know, if you have stupid dreams of like building a family or living on your own now is a stupid dream all of a sudden. Don't live on your own. Rent a place alongside with more people. Okay, make your life fucking cheap and actually productive, because being with other people is actually quite a fascinating deal. Okay? It's just, I don't know. And avoid rent as much as possible. That's another ridiculously stupid thing. You're earning money to buy stuff, not to rent stuff. Okay? Rent is almost like you wearing a backpack filled with bricks while living life. That's what rent looks like. or when you accumulate money and you intend to buy something, you actually see the true value of that thing, you know? Buy, not rent. See the true value. Okay. Not only the true value, but also the process of claiming something that you can rent out. It's almost like, you know, homing is so useful, it's being often rent out because it's also very expensive because of how useful it is. Imagine like if cars were for renting. First of all, we would have less cars, which is kind of fascinating. If most cars were rentables, would actually not have that many cars. And their value would kind of go up a little bit in that sense. Because people would want to, you know, buy their own car a lot less. They would just like to rent it most of the time. Rent is such a tricky option sometimes. And people get sucked into this thing. And even parents get sucked into it, allowing their children to just go out in the real world and get sucked into something that's a pile of bricks. You never know if you can actually afford rent. That's the whole point, right? Can you actually afford a home, an ability to live exclusively from your parents? Exclusively. This is what you're being asked for. When you're renting, you're kind of testing it out for yourself, what it would be like to live on your own. But in reality, you also need to understand that you will need to buy a house regardless. You know, that's just a regardless thing that must happen. And that's the question, whether you can afford it or not. And most of the time, I will say, no, you can't. No, you should be very scared right now because the world is so fucking unstable and willing to punch you in the face if you say $12 an hour. Wow, that's a really nasty fucking thing. Obviously, people will pay me to shut the fuck up at this point. No, they can't deplatform me because I'm not that fucking stupid, okay? And the moment they will try and deplatform me, people will realize, holy shit, this guy is fucking smart. This guy is S without the dollar signs, yeah. I'm that guy. Which is magic, dude. Never gonna get to my level. So people will listen. People will realize immediately the moment I start getting cancelled in some kind of form. So it's the best thing that can happen to me, by the way. It's so difficult. It is so difficult. I will literally make people's life nightmares if I find a target. But that's... yeah, my ability to focus on specific targets is incredible, okay? Psychological doom awaits you if you become the target. And very often there will be targets that call themselves out. And I will smell blood, basically. It's just simple. Simple structure of whoever presses the button is my target. You know? So they have to press it, you know, as a cult. You know? The only way to avoid psychological doom, press the button as a cult, okay? And please try. Let's see how fast I can dismantle a cult, basically. Because I can scare the shit out of people. And in a cult format, their ass is gonna get burned to pieces. You know, they have experiences that they know are bad, but nobody stood up to them and said unholy things, basically, about it. So, you know, you can worship Satanism and feel like, that's not a big deal at all. I'm an elite. There's nothing bad's gonna happen to me. But you also are a mortal being, and you will remain that way, potentially. and you have sucked in a lot of fucking experience that can be manipulated, and your past can be turned against you. Psychological doom? Easy peasy, boys. So either way, no one can press a button against me. It is just not that easy to cancel me. Regardless if that becomes some kind of competition or not. You know, like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys for trying something, you know, like, one thing, and one thing alone, trying to stop someone's effort is a deadly sin, okay? Putting too much effort just to stop someone is deadly fucking sin. It's ridiculous. And I will have to prove that to be unbelievably true. Almost unbelievably true. Okay. Alex Jones have been cancelled successfully. He has his own platform. Potentially, Stefan Molyneux has its own platform too, in a way. Maybe it's not too bad. Okay. And this whole situation is like, you have to create some kind of following or some kind of career where you have established yourself. And the most important part is like this, the spread of fear is the worst. It's just something I can't sit around for, because like, can I please get a normal life then? Then I'll probably shut the fuck up. You know, like, it's the very simple thing. Because these big heads that I exclusively followed, by the way, that got cancelled here. Big names. I exclusively follow. I exclusively listened to them, and pretty much their expiration date came to an end long after I stopped following them. But, you know, 3 years later and they're expelled. Okay. Do I have magical powers? So if I don't watch someone for 3 years, they expelled? What's going on? Well, but the worst part is that I'm pretty much an apprentice of these people right now. And if they got cancelled, not only I'm under a threat, I'm pretty much in a position of war right now. You know, like, guess what you just did, guys? Technocrats. Like, the people who hold too much power in the world of technology are a little bit annoying. Can you... Your project is pretty hot right now. I don't know why you touching your own project, okay? This is ridiculous. Okay? Programmers who are touching the hottest stuff on Earth are insane. How can you become insane as a programmer is unbelievable now as well. Touching something as hot as YouTube is like, wow. And what kind of hell do you live in to believe that you can handle this sort of situation without any disclosure either? Like, without any screams for help. Just wake up one day and you will realize you probably have burnt off your fingers now. I mean, this is terrifying. I do this as a hobby. I would never do this as a job. But I wouldn't do anything as a job at this point. I know people just are kind of insane in general because that's the culture. From my perspective, I'm not sure which is which, right? Because I never revealed people's true intentions, so I never know where they come from, what's their background. I don't know if they're burning or not. You know, that's what happens when you throw something in the flames. You don't actually see stuff burning, which is an amazing point. When you throw something into fire, it takes time to know if it burns, right? And then you can judge a person of like, why were you in fire if you can burn? You should, you know, relax a little bit. Unless you don't want to exist anymore, which is an issue of its own kind, actually. You consent to dying, that's something we have to talk about for, like, the final judgment of some kind. Like, please don't leave everything behind and let it burn. Like, that's crazy. You have something of value like everyone else. So suicide is never the option. But for many people it is, apparently. So, and I'm talking about outsiders, not me myself, okay? Outsiders. Outsiders think suicide is completely fine. It's not like I'm gonna give you money, so what else are you gonna do, asshole? You know, like, outsiders who have more than you do, they think suicide is, yeah, it's a totally, you know, there's a next level suicide above that, and it's called homicide. Basically, you kill people until you die. So, that's next level suicide. If people actually become smarter in that level, I don't think you're gonna live very long. You know, because you will be a target, and Americans actually kind of, to some degree, allow this sort of mental illness to take shape, okay? Basically evolve. It's not just, I mean, it's not necessarily well produced, not necessarily has a right why are you doing this, doesn't necessarily have my voice implanted in people's head and saying, hey, next level suicide is homicide, so might as well fucking go next level, am I right? Let's see if you can do it, because it's actually a terrifyingly difficult skill to master. I'm never gonna do it, potentially, but hey, we're gonna talk about all kinds of stuff to just see if people get scared at all, if people have hearts at all, or they have broken into many, many different pieces, so they don't even acknowledge that they may or may not have a heart at this point. Which heart, you know, like, what the fuck are we talking about at this point? Are we really facing heart-splitting demons here? Where they kind of have a heart, but their heart is filled with, or like, in so many tiny fragments that they feel all kinds of things. They just don't feel the holistic nature of those things at all. You know? And that's kind of what I felt from Alex Jones in this sense. Like, he can come up with all kinds of crazy shit going on in the world, but who cares? Who really actually cares about this? You know, this is not life-improving information. This is life-crippling information. You found an enemy. What do? You just lost a bunch of self-esteem. That's what you do. You're losing self-esteem when you're steaming out of anger, out of, like, contempt to some people who have made it through life into power levels where they can waste power and not really get in trouble for it, which is still a high-level establishment. Still, they have learned something important, and you have to kind of pay attention to that to some degree, and most people will have the chance to actually get to that level as well and meet those people. You know, Alex Jones was at least capable of meeting those people, and what did he do? You know, he didn't quite respect them, I don't think, and that's what it takes. Just enough respect to, like, try and understand what the fuck's going on. Okay, not get too deep, but not get too serious. Have still your head on your shoulders, because that's what respect is, right? You keep your sanity, but you also let other people pitch in of what sanity looks like, okay? And then you back off and compare until you're satisfied. Alright, respect is like, if someone is talking, it's probably worth listening and not pitching in too much. And Alex Jones literally has zero idea of what respect truly is, but that's fine. He's really anxious to get a platform on YouTube, even for a moment, and then anxious to actually leave his job all of a sudden, which is, like, cool, I guess. Do you have a person who's gonna take all the legacy? Who's gonna get Alex Jones' legacy at this point? if that doesn't happen, I'm pretty disappointed. Yeah, what a joke. Anyways, that second hour complete. Oh man, I'll take a break already. Yeah, so if we look into the first point that we ever made, and we look back into the map where, in order to get funding, you have to bring the most deadliest pieces into reality, okay? Deadly projects are being run all over the world, just to spread their fucking disease of stress and too many hurdles. If Among Us can blow up, and it's a shitty fucking indie game at this point, come on guys, we can do so much better as a community, just optimizing things and not letting people burn out for little and explode for a lot, alright, out of nowhere. We should be able to control the landscape that is financial insanity right now, which I am pretty much in the middle of, just watching it all burn to the ground, because none of this makes actual sense, right? Yes, it's pretty like, there's some intricate parts in it, you know, and collectively we were capable of handling most of this stuff as internet was coming together, but essentially now it's becoming unstable again, right? Internet allowed capitalism to flourish just a little longer, but now it will take a little bit of anti-capitalism, okay, which is actually still a thumbs up for capitalism for surviving this far without fuel. They were just spreading their fucking, you know, ideology all over the place. But anti-capitalism is like, we build a wall around and we give special kinds of fuel in the middle, pretty much creating the Hunger Games, because everyone needs the resources in the middle, and everyone will meet in the middle, and those resources are going to be expensive, meaning that they probably will have to watch one of my videos or something to get resources from the middle and understand what the fuck is going on. And you know, my videos are going to get more and more terrifying to watch as how my brain, you know, like, starts to fucking paint the reality for you. You will live in my paintings, assholes, at some point. For now, I can just give you guys an arrow to an asshole, so you know where to go, basically. Even though that's kind of gross, so I will only give you guys 3 seconds of that. You want to go there? Let's go, man. If you're early enough viewer, that's cute. But I'm digging my own grave as YouTube CEO. Now you can see even the greater level of existence. Oh man. Oh man. In the middle, where everyone is running away, doing their own fucking shit. And I'm like, I'm not quite admiring you guys. I don't quite respect you guys. I wouldn't spend my money on you. And I would always question everything that's going on if you would see the way though I see the world in actuality. So I have a bunch of questions for you. When are you gonna come back? And if Ari is actually capable of building me a wall of whatever superpower this is required to do, a wall of actual terror, you know, like, you can't go here anymore because you die. You just fucking die. You face an army of demons. You face an army of winter soldiers or whatever, man. We know winter is coming, but holy shit, there's also winter soldier. That's cute. That is something I like now. Yeah. Collectively, we have an actual map of Skyrim. There is no escape. Okay, there's only mountains around us or waters. There is actually no escape. So don't even think about it, okay? It's cute. I appreciate your effort, but just don't dare to escape. It's Skyrim. There's no escape. I'm warning you. Okay. Yeah, you can earn your money either way, completing either dungeon you choose, but we're gonna raise the difficulty and you'll have to recomplete it again and again. If you have cheated, the only thing we need to do is just uncheat you, which is kill you off, reset the game, raise the difficulty, you know, and let you play again. Please try again. Basically, you complete the entire dungeon and your result is, please try again because you did this thing wrong. This is the sweetest thing of all time, am I right? Well, please try again because there's higher difficulty too. You haven't actually completed the dungeon. That's the sweetest thing because, like, think about it. People really claim to want to complete a game sometimes, and it's like, I will complete this main quest. I will do it anyways, whatever it takes. Sometimes people say that to themselves, and in reality, it does take quite a bit to complete something. Especially if we fine-tune the balance to where, like, you really need to be a fucking genius to start completing things for real. For real. And I'm not even trying, okay? The only completion I want is, like, for everything to, you know, be fully balanced. And then people will realize, because I want fairness in real life too, not just fucking gaming world as well. This is why I'm so concerned about just everything as a whole now. My awareness is expanding even further than my computer screen now, and it's slowly crawling, okay, and spreading its disease that is way worse than whatever. I will call it Sirono. Why not? Who's Ron, by the way? No, it's just so stupid, obviously. I call it Crown Virus, and I think I can stick to that fucking deal. Alright. Well, you left your land. Might as well I take it. You're all so concerned about money making. Well, I'll take your land while you do it, okay? I'll just save it up for you, okay? So when things get very awkward, you have nowhere to go, okay? Imagine. Rents quadruple. Oops. Where do you go now? You know, that sort of stuff. Let's just imagine, you know, normal things actually happen and people are like, oh, I can just do this. You know, there's no law against it. We just kind of round up people and spike up regulations to insane degree in reality. Like, oops. I guess you have to go back. Oh, oops, I also bought all this land, and I claim to be YouTube CEO, and it actually works because the more I talk about it, the more criticism it's required for me to stop talking, you know? To stop a person from talking is actually quite a simple, you know, idea. Either you create a cult that eventually cancels the person because, you know, the person is not acknowledging a bunch of people, and they can actually create a cult out of that, and then sort of use it of like as a trolling device. There's a bunch of people that a person who's shouting not acknowledging back, so it creates a huge hypocrisy basically. But I have tried to acknowledge fucking every end that comes my way, everything in my fucking life, and nothing really super important happened, okay? Besides that, I'm still scared and I'm barking at it, everyone, you know, like, that's it. That's the only thing that keeps continuing on. But while I'm barking, I'm also kind of buying up the land at the same time. So, just so you know, I have quite a little bit of ego right now. Most importantly, you know, despite having brilliant ideas, I'll probably start small, okay? Brilliant ideas don't just turn into Skyrim all of a sudden. It took an entire company to create Skyrim, and I'm like, I can probably beat Skyrim up if I wanted to, real hard. You know, if I really wanted to, I could beat up Skyrim, just easily. And if Creation Kit was nice to me, Skyrim would allow me to beat him up. So wow, you know, but it wasn't nice. So I had to, deep down in my heart, you know, retreat and be like, well, I guess I'll beat you up next time. You know, that sort of stuff. This freezing effect is all over, man. Only insiders can fucking do the backflips and truly amazing tricks. But the insiders are also wearing the equipment that slows them down. Okay, and I'm not slow. That's how I feel every single time I look at people who are just, you know, in these industries. They're just slow. They just don't know what they're doing. And people who fucking, you know, how did Notch slip through all the loops and hoops and poops and made Minecraft happen? You must fucking wrap your head around that. That is not something that is normal for a person, literally last name person, to beat up the system so badly. Okay? So badly that, wow. What do I do? He becomes a YouTuber on my YouTube map now. Alongside with other YouTubers. He literally single-handedly creates a team of people now. Trying to fucking claim their legacy on me. Because I've played Minecraft long enough to where like, oh shit, I'm a part of this fucking disease that has exploded all over the place. And when I say Minecraft is dead, not only I was correct, it's a fucking zombie game that's trying to resurrect itself whenever it has a chance. Minecraft is incredibly dead because nobody, not a single person, figured out how it even works, how it even fully functions. Nobody was able to fucking recreate Minecraft in a way that kills the dead thing already, you know? Because people asked for something to die, it probably was already dead, but never could have died properly, you know? Like, the killer of Minecraft needs to show up already. You know, this... it's almost like it's a joke, but Herobrine might as well not be a joke anymore. Might as well, Minecraft is truly a haunted game. And that's a good question of like, why is it haunted? Thank you guys for asking, yeah. Not only Notch did it single-handedly, right? Created this cube world that nobody was prepared for to face. You know, that's crazy. And people are trying to inflate, right? People are trying to like pump it up as like, oh, we're contributing to community and all that shit, right? No, you're not contributing to community. I have not seen a single contribution to Minecraft besides AdventureCraft. Okay, AdventureCraft. Something that people don't know how it functions at all, except me. Okay, I'm probably the greatest insider of AdventureCraft there ever was, because I have broken down the fucking system. I have went into scripts so thoroughly that, you know, you just can't make this up. I had it all under control. I had the saving system, which barely any person had invented at that point, where like you can just save it all into strings and it just works. And saving and loading was super easy. And knowing that allowed me to create Spawn the Creeper's Forge actual version. Without it, it would be quite a struggle. Alright, so there's some secret AdventureCraft tech that can allow for next level or next generation maps to occur in Minecraft. Obviously now it's old school. It's not something we can go back to, okay? We have to say no. But we also have to say no to a bunch of attempts to contribute to Minecraft, because the vanilla experience is where it all comes back to everything resets the vanilla experience, especially when Minecraft never stopped updating and every single update kills Minecraft's, you know, contributions. Which is funny, right? Minecraft itself says no to contributions. It is just hilarious. You know, AdventureCraft, one, even though it was a huge contribution that I noticed, it also died the same fucking way, where Minecraft keeps saying no. For some fucking reason, they don't understand this shit yet. They just keep saying no. Even Hytale is now such a huge contribution, they split themselves apart, and people still building up Hytale can say that they will kill Minecraft. They literally have no ability to not be cancelled by Minecraft regardless. They just still got cancelled somehow. Okay? Potentially, yeah, the entire game gonna get cancelled so fucking hard for such a long time. Because every single day that we're waiting for Hytale, it's dying. It's already fucking dying. It's ridiculous. How can you do something, you know? How can you tease people so hard that it immediately starts dying as a project? Like, wow, you fucking did it. You're making some history right there. Especially when the the revival of AdventureCraft was Tailcraft, so yeah. So funny. How did you come up with this tail thing? I hope it turns into Tail series so I can blow it up. Yeah. It's just hilarious. What are we even talking about? Minecraft literally says no to everything. You just have to recreate Minecraft and fuck it in the ass and blow it up once and for all. What's the big idea? You know, every single contribution, you should be offended how many dead hours have been accumulated because people can't keep up with the updates. Even 2B2T, the craziest server of all time right now that everyone knows and everyone cares about, can't update to the latest Minecraft version. It's dreaming of updating there, of getting there. One day we'll get there, you know, we're gonna get those new features. Oh yeah, who cares though? You're fucking dead. Especially when, you know, this Anarchy server is just its own garbage. Its own shitty contribution. It's a contribution that kills itself, basically. Where, like, if you truly dig into it, of what it truly means, it doesn't mean jack shit. It's just something that people actually want to kill by not allowing noobs to flourish. Because there is no space? What's going on? The server is too laggy? Too hard to log into the server? What's going on? What is this server we're talking about so much? That we're trying to protect so much. And while we're trying to protect it so much, Mr. Beast came in and 2B2T was trying to kill itself because it realized we can't handle Mr. Beast. That's too many players. We have to kill ourselves. What the fuck was that, dude? That was the greatest story of all time, man. Fit MC forever, dude. You're gonna get a lot of points today. And the amount of points you're gonna get is 1. Okay? 1 point. That's a lot of points, man. We're gonna look at your point total, and that's 273. Amazing. You have a chance of graduating in a million years because the entire Minecraft community is corrupted. It's garbage now. I'm fucking astonished how easy it is to beat up these fucking losers because they're psychologically weak. You know, you didn't quite understand what Minecraft stands for, and for me, it breaks my heart, honestly. I wasn't working with Minecraft. I was working with this corrupt system of people wishing that, you know, a contribution survives in the end. You know, something like Hytale actually appears and actually does its job of fucking appearing properly and being potentially a free game, for example. Anything but this, what we're having right now. We're having a fucking saliva drooling from our mouths, hoping that it's gonna fucking work out and there's gonna be success at some point. But the time is being wasted so badly because what Hytale was supposed to do is revive the community, right? Revive all those dead hours that Minecraft has wasted. Instead, it has created another thing, basically good cop, bad cop mentality, where we're just wasting a bunch of people and putting them in prison and calling it 2B2T. That's greatest fucking story of all time, isn't it? Because 2B2T explains exactly how people treat Minecraft. People imprison themselves in this fucking game because they're losers. They're insane. There's a game that has been created, and now it created the biggest prison of all time. We have never seen this before. So, of course, maybe someone farted in the prison, and now that's coronavirus. How about that? Right there, from this prison. I will accuse everyone right now because I'm kind of stuck here too. Okay, trying to escape myself and trying to scream for my life. Please, don't kill me. I don't belong to Minecraft. I was trying to kill it this whole fucking time, but nobody joined. Okay, not even Antoine joined, okay, to kill Minecraft. You know, to just acknowledge a single tiny bit of my idea that maybe Antoine just kind of changed his content for the worse, not for the better. Maybe his obsession with far lands of Minecraft is a little bit stretched out to insanity levels. I mean, what are we even talking about? I looked up painting in Minecraft, and it turns out it's an actual seed that we can find. Oh my god, let's look for a seed in the middle of this jungle. Oh, someone actually built a robot to find a seed in the middle of jungle. Wow, dude. I bet it's gonna be so fucking useful because now these prisoners are attacking each other for who is a better prisoner now. It's just ridiculous. What is happening, dude? So I try my best to escape this prison as best as I fucking can because these are ants all over the place now. For me, Antoinem is the whole fucking prison system, and the prison's name is 2B2T. So like. Take it or leave it. That's the entire community that I built as best as I can, okay? Identifying it exactly as it is. Right, Notch single-handedly creates the game. Antoinem corrupts everything. FreedomC shows up a little bit late to pronounce the name of the fucking prison. Who is Dream? The greatest player of Minecraft of all time? No, because no contributions can succeed, so I don't know who Dream is. I don't even know who Techno is. They will never appear on my YouTube map, which is somewhat depressing, actually. How far did Techno go? Oh, actually, Techno did appear. I don't know if I can allow this, guys. Techno is at 500. He barely got 10 points. What do I do to Techno so he'd fucking disappear from my life now? It's battle time. Or cancel time, actually. How about... See, if I even asked for a moment, I believe Techno would be cancelled. Can he get 4 points? Or 20 points, rather. And probably the answer is no. But I will do it in the natural succession. Okay, we're gonna prepare a YouTube rewind. We're gonna go through the entire process, and then at December, basically, I'll test. I'll check out if Techno can actually fucking go through the loop of giving me what it takes. Because, like, he's uploading some crap, right, of him playing Minecraft right now. And Dream is just slow. I don't know. I don't know what's so fucking freakish about Dream. He's just slow at uploading. Okay, yeah, I understand why. It's all good. It's all good intentions, man. Especially when you blow up with a bunch of subscribers, you kind of want to just take a bag and bail. So maybe you should do that, okay? Before it gets worse. This is an incredible prison system created. I'm sorry to put MatPat in here. I actually feel a lot of regret. I just don't know where he belongs, to be honest. And this is why all teams at this point are dismantled. They don't belong to anything at all. But potentially the memes will still live on. Potentially what I just called as 2B2T is gonna be a new group, or a new movement, let's put it this way, a movement. In order for something to show up on this list, it must be 90% or at least 10% pure. So like Cosme is actually 50% pure, or 60%. There are some people that, like TikTok, or yeah, Sage, TikTok is also, no, TikTok is pure entirely. TikTok has its own thing going. But there's gonna be movements where the purity is probably gonna be hanging on the edge, because people will want to contribute as much as they can, and essentially it's gonna turn into Minecraft again, where, you know, Minecraft would get cancelled if people were just freely contributing to it. It's kind of interesting, because there's only a handful of people who are truly handling the engine parts, and they just can't handle a bunch of influx of people's ideas, right? They would love to handle that, but for some reason that just doesn't work out. And for a long time now it's not working out. And for such a long time that this little mushroom kingdom has grown to cancer kingdom, I would say, that said no to an entire forest of ideas that just never stops growing, to be honest. It just, so many people came into Minecraft, created successful channels, and kind of happened to die alongside with those channels, pretty much. Their success went to shit. I'm not sure why they're not angry, not sure why they're not crawling back in some other ways. They just kill their channels, and it's just upsetting as hell, because they probably have, you know, switched their hope meter for something else, like Grailmore, I would say. Grailmore is at least one example that just switched for something else, which is Hightail, which is why she's holding the Hightail fucking flag for me. But she doesn't even exist on Twitter anymore. She just doesn't exist at all this year, which is like the perfect year to exist on the internet. What is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck, man? How did I let her slip away with the verification and not cancellation? I happened to unsubscribe for her channel simply because it's just hopeless to try and wait if she uploads or not, just, of course. Grailmore is no more, Antwenum. The only thing you have is just ants, a bunch of ants running around and playing Minecraft, but don't know exactly what to do in Minecraft. I'm fascinated because every time I pull up Minecraft, the best content that I ever found right now is Hightail content. This is why Grailmore is on top of the leaderboard, to lead Minecraft and even have a heart to keep the entirety of Minecraft's, you know, revenue, I would say, away from MatPat. MatPat got banned, and it's actually sad. I think MatPat, it's about time you steal from Grailmore and let's battle it out. In fact, YouTube Rewind should be nothing but battles all the way, boys. I think we figured it out. YouTube Rewind shall be the battle season. That's right. You're never really on the top if you can't quite defend your seat against the terrible accidents that might happen and would cancel a few leaders that kind of want to come back, you know? There's a reason why Hearthstone released battle mode, okay? Hearthstone battles. Now that, Think about it, okay? Think about it. I'm kind of in parallel working alongside with reality itself. You know? Hearthstone never fails to fucking introduce like the Year of Phoenix. That's amazing. I feel like I'm reborn again. I'm doing my own fucking next level project at this point. I hope I can get this court case out of my back where someone fucking fell down and broke their leg. Please leave me alone. Please. Stop investigating this thing because it has wasted so much money, so much effort. We're doing this in the middle of pandemic right now where it's real because of the lockdown more than the disease, but who cares? It's still stressful as fuck for everyone to wear a mask and run around investigating something that is so ridiculously stupid and should have been cancelled a long time ago. What is happening? You know, like, this is unbelievable. The shit that I'm in the middle of right now. You know, I want to go to jail at this point. This would be just a tip of the, you know, of the ice cream, rather, not the iceberg. Just, you know, cherry on top. Just let me go to jail at this point. Who cares, man? I'll serve your fucking time. I'll suck your dick at this point. It feels like you are very fucking smart, and you should have it, you know? You should have that self-esteem fed to you, because not only I have nothing else to offer, you know, but, I'm also always complaining about everything, so the best thing I can do is shut the fuck up for a moment and suck your goddamn dick. That's the whole fucking reason why I live anymore, you know? Because that one moment when I'm shutting the fuck up, I will only contemplate about suicide and nothing else. It's just, you know, a natural way of life. If I can't rant, then I can't do anything at all because this is self-defense. Yeah. So what's on the Hearthstone part? Is it doing okay? Was it banned for a good reason? Yes, it was banned for a good reason, but I'm still hoping. You know, there's nothing really that shines through. There's a bunch of people that can actually contribute, and it works. Contributions actually work in Hearthstone. This is why, you know, Minecraft should take a look at what's going on. Take a little bit of a peek. Obviously, you can contribute to Minecraft by releasing maps, I suppose. Maps are fun, right? No, they're not. They're not fun. As a map maker myself, I'm pretty disappointed, obviously, to get any attention whatsoever for my work. Because I never meant to accumulate attention, even though I secretly want it like everyone else. But, you know, I don't actually feel like not punching people in the face. So it's like, probably don't deserve attention? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm not very satisfied with how things are going. I hope they untangle themselves before they drive me crazy enough. Alright, so let's just move on. 30 minutes left. It's almost like now is just the easiest, cheesiest thing to do. Sit for 3 hours and rant. Because of how fucking... Think about it, right? This sort of rant format is not just a natural occurrence. There's some crazy things have to be happening in the life to put me in this position, to corner me. Like, what kind of conditions have I met? A list of infinitely difficult conditions have been met to put me in this position. It's ridiculous. It's its own adventure map. Please acknowledge that, assholes. Well, I've been following it this fucking long. Who in the right mind would follow me for this long when I'm releasing 3-hour insane content that you will never watch? And you have to just at least acknowledge that it exists and it actually goes against your will and against your existence. You know, I never really truly welcomed anyone. And at least they feel like, yeah, it's fine. You're still a decent human being to follow around. If that's how they feel, I'll take it. Okay? I'll take it as a spark, as a matchstick for something bigger to happen eventually. Like, everyone deserves to have friends. It's just a normal thing that people have to fucking put into their heads and realize. One time, you deserve to have friends. Is it a point? It's not a point. Forget about it, okay? But we can still do it as a point. If you're watching this video, that doesn't qualify to have friends still, you know. You know, despite you deserving to have friends, a lot of things would not qualify you to have friends. I'm just saying. A lot of things are gonna just cripple your heart, throw you in the middle of the street, and leave you hanging for your life. No friends, nothing. Okay? Do whatever you want. And homicide seems like an actually good choice. It's ridiculous, but it's true. You at least end up in jail, and you can live in jail forever, for the rest of your life. It's a life worth living then. Because you know what happens next, you know? Your life is now settled. It's actually pretty cool. It's a forced settlement. Obviously, nobody says it's cool, but nobody went to school to say that jail is cool, you know? Nobody went to actual true school where you're no longer scared, okay, of death. That sort of school, okay? Nobody went to extreme lengths of torture and mental breakdown like I did, seeing all this fucking unfold, and having no ability to actually claim any support for that at all. I'm here alone as a fucking leader, and nobody, not a single soul, can reach me at this point, because all of them are scattered anywhere else but here. Okay, so for me, it's a very mysterious place of what is going on. Alright? Yeah, because, like, think about it this way, right? Vector. A bunch of fucking losers, right? But I really wanted to go this way, but you went that way. Wah. Yeah. You know, it's easy to disagree with someone, but I agree with almost everyone. I just don't hear them at all. I can't hear you. I can't interact with you. I agree with you to most of an extent, because I listen to you, and I have to agree, you know. Otherwise, I'm not supposed to listen to you to begin with. I'm not supposed to watch your videos. So thinking like disagreeing is very easy, but when you realize that you can only disagree for so long until you actually agreeing anyways, right? To something, to your own ideology of some kind, you know. Because you cannot disagree to yourself, and when that's the only thing that you're left with, because you can disagree for so long until you're completely alone. Don't turn out to be a fucking poppy at this point. Yeah, releasing an album, Disagree, probably not a good idea. She's still around. She's still on the YouTube map. Congratulations. I'm not sure if it's gonna fucking last long enough. But Poppy is supposed to be viewed as a mental illness embodiment, basically. Not much else, and probably she feels the same way that, you know, I deserve it or something, but like no human being deserves that. I'm just saying, I'm a little bit disappointed that this thing is lasting and digging its own very dark hole, I would say. I mean, YouTube is not a happy place. Let's put it this way. not a happy place. And for people who think Minecraft is a happy place, I just debunked that theory. It is not. The prison food is really ugly, okay? Getting entertainment on Minecraft is not an easy task. And despite the fact that I spent quite a bit of time there, why am I throwing so much trash at it? I shouldn't be throwing trash. For something like Puzzle Quest or Skyrim, I praise those games so fucking badly. They're a little bit underrated too, to spice things up. But hey, I love them, okay? I play them for hours and hours. I couldn't stop. And I play them alone, without anyone's concern of what am I doing at all. So here you go. There are actually games that are worth spending time with. And there are actually people that are worth spending time with. And yet, people don't care. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take my credit for that, for being in the shadows. And I can't wait to fucking make some music, am I right? Obviously, I'm not exactly too excited for a musical year. It's mostly gonna be a lot of pain expressed into a swallowable pill, basically. It's basically gonna be cyanide. You know, you want to swallow some death? Good luck. It's yours. You're so committed to it. You didn't even read the instructions. You know, this is these 3-hour videos are pretty much instructions to you swallowing a pill of cyanide and consenting to die, basically. Secretly, because you never read instructions, so I can't help you. But just this is what people gonna do, you know? Because they feel like if there's something problematic when you hit the wall, when you're completely outside of the circle of survivability, freezing into an ice cube is totally a good idea. This is what people will actually think. That when the moment it comes and you start disagreeing with yourself, not exactly agreeing with yourself, because if you agreed with yourself, you came back. You know. But if you disagree with yourself, you will still go forward despite all odds. Now, how would that work? Like, it looks like if you disagree with yourself, you come back. Well, no. Disagreeing with yourself builds your self-esteem because it still blows up. But when you agree with yourself, you start organizing your self-esteem. You start smallifying yourself. You turn yourself into an ant and you request, you know, some kind of ant farm. Somewhere you can work with people and stuff. Somewhere you can actually belong. And now I understand communities do exist, but to me they don't. They have no idea what community is. The concept of community is not there. I don't feel invited. I don't feel welcome. I don't feel like a human being when I enter a fucking Discord community. Which is the first fucking place where there is still hope. Okay? Don't ruin hope for me, assholes. Don't just take a fucking system and apply it in a wrong way. Just because it works for you. Just because it builds you a noise modifier, basically. Turns people into noise makers. Instead of noise happening under your YouTube comments, where you either consent or don't consent to look at the noise, on Discord, it's just a never-ending waterfall of noise. I hope you like it. I wouldn't call that a community, it's just a collective noise of every single YouTube section you've ever created by releasing a video after video, you know. Now it's just a collective. Congratulations. I hope you're happy. I'm not happy. I was not very satisfied about this. And the moment I jumped into Ant-Venom's community, I pretty much took it over. You know, I took all the noise with me. I was the noisiest little asshole around the block. And I kept pride on that. And that's cool. Some Discord servers a little bit too noisy. And now it's just... For me, it's so repulsive now. Invitation to a Discord channel now feels like no one's gonna fucking do it anymore. Nobody cares about this. It's probably gonna leave a bad taste in most people's point of view of like what this is supposed to accomplish in the first place. But you know, life goes on. I'll keep on complaining. I'll keep on winning my game. I hope you will too. I wonder what kind of game you're playing. Please let me know. Alright? It feels like other people are way more interesting personalities than I am. So I'm studying slowly. You know, yeah, this is the funniest thing. The more I study other personalities, the more interesting I become to myself. So basically becoming gay, and I will come out of a closet and I will say, man, I had so much great time with myself. I'm definitely gay right now. Please, parents, don't disown me. If I find a girl, I will try and marry her just for the trope marriage, okay? Just so I can hurt someone very hard. That's all I really ask for. If it's gonna be Arya, however, if it's gonna be someone that I can't truly hurt, fine with me, man. You can handle the hurt, and you can reverse hurt me. Fuck yeah, maybe your personality is not so stupid after all, you know? Maybe you'll break through my ideology, but now that's how it looks like too. It looks like a real rant video has came upon us just by staring at Minecraft once again. It just never ends. Minecraft is full of surprises. Full of evolutionary surprises in this case. Minecraft always said no, no, no. No, 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 no. And then its community said no, no, no. Because if we all came together and built a better Minecraft, that's it. You know, we just had to leave our homes. No one's leaving their homes. Everyone's fucking vanilla, right? No one can potentially leave their homes just by modding Minecraft. You're not leaving Minecraft. You're actually adopting Minecraft as a baby. As if you will take care of your parents as babies now, asshole. Is this what you want? Oh no, your Minecraft parents are also your babies. What kind of incest is that, dude? Think about it. Please. Get a life. Leave Minecraft properly. Like, if people are leaving their homes so fast, why can't they just leave Minecraft and let us build communities where people like myself, who are free-minded people, I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Okay, I can leave and enter any community and build any and leave the community. Like, I don't have a place in the world for some reason, because everyone's so obsessed with something. You know, everyone's so addicted to something. They can't just leave and do something new. They can't just even settle down to a relationship that fucking works. I can't fucking understand this shit. The gaming community's corrupted entirely. And of course, Hearthstone is none the wiser, but it's just the key to Minecraft's problems that I'm holding, and I'm teasing Minecraft just like Hytale is. Hey guys, I also have some hype around my neck, you know. You want to see this chain? Of course, Hytale can release tomorrow and give me a middle finger of like, hey dude, I see you, but here it is. And it's free too. I heard it's gonna be free, right? That would be fucking fantastic. Except to fuck you, Hytale. See, Hytale can find funding. They don't have to create a Kickstarter of some stupid kind. What the fuck is that? How do they get funding? You know? But they get funding because they're the good cop. You know, they're doing everything correctly except one icky little thing, you know? Just one little icky thing. They're teasing everyone. And that's the good cop mentality. So we have an entire arena of left versus right, next rendering level of that fucking arena. I can't wait. I don't want to help Minecraft anymore. It's the most amazing thing that I'm looking at right now. And one says hi and one says no. Oh man, this definitely burns real hot right now up in that fucking jail place. Okay, whichever grid of Minecraft you belong to, okay? Whichever Minecraft sub-community you belong to, I can't fucking wait to see you burn. Holy shit. I have a fear of my life. I can't post my videos anywhere. Reddit is off limits for me, okay? I'm not here to study Reddit and be its friend because I know it says both of these things at the same time. It says hi and no at the same time. It's like, I'm gonna watch your content and I will disagree with you entirely. I will dislike your content so it's below 0 level. Like, below 0 karma. I will take all that karma away from you because you don't deserve it. And it's like, what the fuck? Effort deserves karma automatically. There's never a time where you drop below 0 or something. That's crazy. That's crazy. But here's the kicker, right? Combining all the broken systems of the internet while people are investing their lives into it, you are killing yourself, basically. Here's another scheme, alright? Over-investors, under-investors. What happens if you're dumb? What happens if you're too smart? Alright? Well, it's deadly zones. So don't do either of those things, because over-investors die just the same horrible death as under-investors. You have to stay around the perimeter here and don't spike out of control. Please. Please. You have to stay in this perimeter. So, why is over-investing just as bad as under-investing? Imagine this, right? Imagine you're an ant venom and you created a YouTube channel and you just can't fucking stop pumping those YouTube videos. Okay? And specifically about Minecraft. One topic, one kind of format, you know, very consistent line. There's no heartbeat in there. You're just dead. Okay? You have a very consistent line forward. You have settled down on death. That's what over-investing means, because the only thing you can over-invest into is nothing but death. I'm sorry about that. That's the only thing that you feel very comfortable about. Why am I feeling so comfortable? This feels so good. Because it's a straight line that has nothing to offer at all. Just a bunch of questions, perhaps. Why am I dying? Why am I stupid? I just over-invested. That is, you know, I spent a lot of money for this. Why is this not working? And similarly to idiots, you know, they're like, well, I was a part of something. I was like everyone else. You know, the left ones and the right ones. Alright, the business people. And the business people who actually, you know, every leftist wants to be a rightist. And every rightist wants to be a leftist, basically. Oh, I really want to understand your feelings, said a wannabe leftist, but actually a rightist. I really want to make a fluff piece that you enjoy, said a rightist that want to be a leftist. You know, I really want to talk about politics, said a rightist who wants to be a leftist, but they have nothing political to offer to people. They just have a neglect of, like, there's so much political bullshit going on. So this is what actually fuels the arena. Both sides know they want to be like each other, but both sides know they can't communicate that message whatsoever. It's just the most hilarious thing as well. What is this realm of madness? Guys, please, come with popcorn and let's watch this movie together. Please let me know that you still exist out there, assholes. Fucking space mutants. Do I fucking have to hate the entire humanity except Onision? Because probably the hardest thing of all right now, I'll try to contact Onision and I'm gonna say he's my best friend forever. Please be my friend, Onision. I will listen to all your videos as long as you just watch one of my rants, man. Or specifically, order a rant video. Please. Man, I'll probably gonna suck Onision's dick before I suck anyone else's, man. Fuck you, man. Because I can't suck my own dick. That's the first person that I'm looking at, you know, every time I wake up. Let's do it right now. Let's see how expensive it is to get to Onision's Discord. How Onision's Discord. I've created an official Onision Discord here. Everything can be discussed surrounding this situation. Blah blah blah. Thank you. This should be open permanently PM if it doesn't work. Thank you, man, motherfuckers. Let's go to Onision Discord, man. Fuck! Welcome back. Let's join. Introductions. Let's go, boys. Let's see if something happens. So the first hilarious thing, right, you're gonna find immediately. If nobody's chatting, if nobody's actually active, and I barely kind of jumped into the general, it looks pretty clean, it's all good. But if nobody's really chatting, like, there are no rules. Let's be fucking honest, okay? Let's just be honest here. Hey, demon baby. What hurt you so bad? They fucking kicked me out. It's like I support Onision and everyone just fucking offended. It's ridiculous. How is this not for me? Onision Discord. It's crazy. You might want to, you know, attack someone who supports the other side, right? It's ridiculous. Man, now I support Onision even more. It's just very simple. And now all of this experience, which is a stressful experience, they could have fed a little bit more into it, but they didn't. I'm kind of disappointed, Onision. You don't have a very good haters right now. I'm just fucking disappointed, okay? Onision, I'm coming for you, my boy, you know? Need to help this boy. Let's see how fucking deep the rabbit hole goes. The rabbit hole goes. Still don't got this, man. Onision's disgusting Discord. If only we could fucking find it, actually. You support Onision, right? What the fuck? What is this question, dude? Why is everyone so fucking offended? It's ridiculous. But yeah. Let's try this thing. It's not working. Okay. This is our Onision, right? Our Onision. Our Onision. But like, what is this place? Everyone shitting on Onision or something? Everyone try-harding? What's going on here? Like how does that happen, right? I support onision and I cannot be on his fucking Discord channel? Or what it was this Discord channel in the first place? Just, I don't understand anything. See how broken internet actually is? Where interaction's actually illegal, pretty much. Because you're just in the wrong place. You just end up in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing, thinking the wrong thing. It's just fascinating, man. So I would rather just leave Minecraft alone. There's plenty of internet mysteries around to go for everyone, and probably plenty of... What if I fucking change my mind and just go for Shadow Market instead of the T-Series next year? I feel really scared to mess it up, to pick the wrong thing. Especially now that Shadow Market looks so fucking sweet, you know? Every Discord I can handle. Every stress position I can handle, I would just take it now. You know, I'll try get myself cancelled as best as I can. They didn't even try and argue with me. They just asked me one question. It's like, that's it. You're out. You probably shouldn't be here. And argue with us. I have too much power. I can kick you out of here. Which is, what the fuck? No one. Not a single person is gonna moderate my Discord channel, ever. Only me. And I will fucking make rant videos about you, try and shut you up in any way possible, and only then maybe kick you out somehow. I'll do whatever it takes, but I can probably manage it all alone by myself. Like, I have plenty of free time to do that, okay? I need to prove, and that's my final keyword, okay? I want it to be community manager for Antwenum. And I shall prove my worth. Not for Antwenum. Antwenum gets my fist. He already disproven his worth. Okay? He didn't have a chance to talk, okay? His editor was talking for him. I understand he needs a little bit of time, and his editor needs a little bit of spotlight. Exchange for an exchange, and you lose your soul. you lose Grail more and get a very nice editor that can speak for you. So in the end, it's a good exchange. I love it. Antwenum, please don't disappoint me next time. You know, my fist hits your face, cause your face kind of ugly, anyways. You know, like, what the fuck are we talking about? Such a punchable face. We all know about it. By the way, my face is also punchable, so that's why I don't fucking show my face ever. I'm just saying, man. It works. Your new format works too. I'm shaking your hand as I speak, man. Just. This is the greatest time of my life, man. You don't understand. Shadow Market. I can feel it 1 year closer right now. Oh man. Are you ready, kids?